clad in a crop top and baggy trousers, with a cheeky smile and no small amount of determination on show. The young woman bouncing around on screen is unmistakably Geri Horner, or Halliwell, as she was back then. For as much as she is instantly recognizable, however, one can't help but note the striking contrast between the youthful Ginger Spice seen on Monday, when the Spice Girls posted a previously unseen video of their first exuberant audition 30 years ago, and the red-eyed, notably slender Geri who last week walked beside her scandal-hit husband F1 boss Christian Horner in Bahrain. Certainly, those were simpler times for the beleaguered Geri, who has been profoundly humiliated after her spouse was accused of sending inappropriate messages to a female colleague. Yet more fuel was added to the conflagration on Thursday when that same female colleague was suspended from her job at the Red Bull team's Milton Keynes factory, albeit on full pay. She is, say those who know her, someone who is respected and popular across motorsports, thanks to her 15-year-long career. She is said to have been presented with a legal letter giving her 5 working days to appeal the outcome of the independent investigation. Critics were quick to point out that it wasn't the best look for a sport supposedly devoted to inclusivity if the female in this particular episode was punished, while the more powerful man, Horner, remained firmly in post. There was further pressure when, late on Thursday evening, Red Bull Racing's current engine partner Honda called for increased transparency over the 3-week-long independent investigation which cleared Horner, who earns £8 million a year for his role, of misconduct. If sponsors and industry big names start to turn against Red Bull, then that could be very bad news for him indeed. Amid all this turmoil, what then to make of that innocent Spice Girls video, which showed the 5 bandmates dancing to their debut hit Wannabe? The caption alongside it read, "What started way back in 1994 has turned into an amazing journey, way beyond anything we could have imagined." Some excited fans thought, perhaps not without reason, that the band were hinting of a return, one which would provide a much-needed distraction for Geri, 51, and a chance to rebuild her carefully curated girl power image. Indeed, for some months, concerts have been in the planning stages to celebrate 3 decades of the group, albeit minus Victoria Beckham, who says she will never sing with the band again. Others thought the video's release was entirely Geri's decision, an attempt to move the narrative away from her marital woes and remind fans of past successes. However, we can reveal that, far from the much-touted Spice Girls reunion being imminent, Geri has not, and sources say, now will not commit to the project. Instead, Geri, who in the past has been a keen driver of the proposed reunion, along with Mel B, has been utterly consumed by her marital problems. A close associate of the band tells me that she is struggling with the circus that has enveloped her family. Put bluntly, she is not fit for high-profile performances in front of tens of thousands of people for the foreseeable future. That rather matches with the Geri we saw last week, dressed in white and tinily slender, teetering on heels, while her husband tightly gripped her hand, before placing his hand in the small of her back and around her waist, maneuvering her around in front of the cameras. The old girl power Geri, she of the triumphant Union Jack minidress, appeared long gone. That associate tells me there were more live shows being discussed amongst the girls for some time. It all looked very hopeful, even though Victoria was not going to be involved.